Good evening, everyone, and thank you for watching the weekly wrap here on 802 Scoop, filmed live in the Inside Scoop Studios on Main Street, Barre, Vermont. With us tonight, of course, we have the ever lovely Raylene.
People are probably getting sick of me.
Yes.
They see me every day at 4. They see me Monday nights. They see me Thursday nights. They're probably saying, then sometimes during the day, if we've got something going on, people are probably thinking, what the hell was she doing? Interrupting our airwaves all the time.
I don't know, maybe.
Well, you're sitting over there agreeing. Does that mean that you're getting sick of me?
No.
All this time that
No.
you have to spend with me?
No. Is it too much? I mean, if it's too much.
No, I'm good. I
Okay.
love doing it. So it doesn't bother me in the least.
Got to get other people. That's what you got to do.
I know. We do have some podcasters that have come forward and said, we want a podcast. We know a couple. We need to get after them and say, okay, let's get going. And so hopefully in the next couple of months, we can get a few more going. You know what my goal is to be live, at least, 4 hours a day, 5 days a week. Not me personally, but these cameras live 4 hours a day, 5 days a week. That's my goal. I know that won't happen super quick, but, we're working on it.
Well, do you want to start off with some very exciting, scary news?
Well, you just used exciting and scary in the same sentence. I didn't know that you could get exciting and scary at the same time, but shoot.
It's actually a little scary. So there's been cases of rabies. So people need to be very careful. And I do need to mention, raccoons, they're not your friends, right? They're cute, they're funny to watch on YouTube. But at the end of the day, they're wild animals. So the health department noted a recent case of rabies in raccoon in Barre, Vermont, which so the Barre City Fire Department put out a release saying, "Don't touch wild animals," which I mean is kind of
We
sensible.
had one in my neighborhood a few weeks ago.
A raccoon?
Yeah, we had to call. We called the police. The police came. Well, we called the game warden. There was no game warden. So the Barre Town police came. And, it was horrible looking. And it was going around and around in circles in our driveway, my driveway. Sarah, the neighbor, called me and said, you got this weird-ass raccoon out in your driveway. And then it went on the back lawn and it crossed down over onto woodland. And then, of course, once it was found, and it fell into somebody's window well, and that's where it was, and it was pretty good size. But once it was on woodland, then they had to call the city police when they found, somebody called it in again, and by the time the city police got there, it disappeared again. And so, or no, it was still there, but they couldn't shoot it, they couldn't deal with it because they would have, broke the window, been shooting into the house, all that kind of stuff. So there was nothing they could really do. They were waiting for a game warden, but before a game warden could get there, it left the window well, and who knows where it went. But it was definitely it had problems.
So I wonder if you're the reason why there's an alert out. They say
Well,
don't
that was
feed.
a few weeks ago, but
Well, I mean, this is from a couple weeks ago too.
oh, it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but either way, it's
Could
good to
be.
know.
Yeah.
It's good to note that don't feed or touch wild animals if you don't know them, especially. And even baby animals can carry rabies.
Yeah.
Get rabies shots for your pets.
Yeah.
You should always have updated vaccinations for that. That's not just a request, that's a law. And that includes cats, by the way. If you have cats, you should get your cats rabies
absolutely.
vaccinated as well.
Yeah.
Even
So if
though
they're-
people think that, cats should be able to do whatever they want. They need their rabies shots as well. Just saying. And if you do get bit, call your doctor right away. and stay away from any saliva from animals that are sketchy.
That's right.
Don't mess with sketchy animals. I think
That's
that's really. There is a hotline 1-800 for rabies. So if you have any issues,
Call that up.
that was that was a that was actually a post from Barre City Fire Department back in March.
Yep.
But it was in the newsletter from the Barre Town
Oh, yep.
folks from last week.
Yep. Are you going to
Yep.
show everybody your new hat?
Oh, did one of people see my new hat? Whoops. Oh, I had it on my right there, the new hat.
There you go.
So I was making funny noises or funny faces when I didn't realize it was on me.
Oh. Oh, you didn't realize the
I
camera
didn't
was
realize
on
the
you?
camera was on me.
I forget sometimes too when I'm talking. I got to figure out how to put it on the board like the girls use because they don't use the mouse. They just use the space bar to tap back and forth between the cameras, and that certainly would be easier than messing with the mouse all the time. I feel like I'm constantly looking to see what I'm doing.
Yeah, I know you can. I don't know.
Well, they
This
just
is-
use the space bar. I
They
think.
just use a space bar.
Yeah, we'll have Charlotte set it up for us. She's the pro when it comes to that little box on the.
Oh well, wait a minute. What if I took it off studio mode and did this? Oh no, that doesn't work.
Oh,
So-
good. Well, don't mess with it
well,
now
see,
while
now
we're
it's-
live, dumbass.
I know, right? This is what happens. I was, playing with
Oh
it.
my gosh, I swear to God, you need medication. You just like distract so easily. Did you have the camera on then, just
No,
barely when you
I
were
didn't.
flipping me off?
I was not flipping you off. I was scratching my nose. See, just like this,
Yep.
scratching my.
Anyways, moving on. You wanted to talk about the murder.
Yes.
That,
So you know a lot about this because you've been.
well, I don't know that I know a lot about it, but I did participate in the court hearing, and I kept track of what was going on, and I really wanted to make sure I knew what was happening.
Right.
Because, it happened right here, and it's scary. And a lot of people know that there's been some drug activity and problems in that house on the Barre Montpelier Road now for quite some time. I think there's been at least 2, if not 3 raids. The people involved, I guess, apparently had dealings with the same sort of criminal activity in the past, and the woman who shot the man, they were in a relationship. They were a couple.
So Donna Robinson, age 43,
Mm-hmm.
was charged with involuntary manslaughter in the death of Franklin Driscoll, age 45.
Yes.
Just out of curiosity, somebody had mentioned, why manslaughter and not first-degree murder.
So involuntary manslaughter is, and no one says that those charges can't be upgraded, but no, as of right now, they need to prove. The state would have to prove that she planned to do it, or that she intentionally did it, or so those charges can change, and more than likely she didn't plan to do that.
It just randomly happened where
Well,
she
no,
accidentally came into the house.
No, but it could have been in a fight. But it could have been a fight.
Okay.
It wasn't premeditated or plotted or thought
okay.
about, or so the
Sorry,
the charges.
I don't mean to be a smartass
No,
about
but
it.
but that's what I mean. But the charges would all depend on how it broke down. And the judge said, the state has a lot to prove, even for involuntary manslaughter. That right now the aggravated assault charges and the robbery, a few charges like that she also faces. I think there are 9 other charges total. Right now their chances of those cases are easier to win than the involuntary manslaughter.
So
There's
what
a lot to.
happened?
Well, she says that the gun accidentally went off. When he handed it to her, she pushed it away and it went off. And I mean, so we know that they have to test her for GSR and, things like that. And there's a lot of stuff that they have to do to investigate the case. So the state police are involved, the forensics team and stuff like that. And the state says that they are good, that they feel they will be able to bring a good, solid case for that charge. But at any rate, she's a habitual offender, and she faces possible life in prison. So she did a weapons charge as well, and it mentioned 2 weapons, and she's a felon. She's someone who's not able to possess a firearm, so there's that. And then burglary of an occupied dwelling because there were people home. And so, yeah, it is said that they went there to rob these people. So who knows what happened there that day, but it's up to the state now to prove their case and continue forward. And in the meantime, she was held without bail. And I believe the next court hearing is the 16th of May. Yeah. Yeah. So we'll see.
All right. Well, I guess we will see.
Yeah.
The Montpelier Street, State Street construction is still underway. It was a $3 million stormwater infrastructure project. Have you driven through there yet?
I have been in Montpelier, but I have not driven through there. No. Avoid at all cost. Have you?
I did once, and it was a little frustrating.
And what are I'm confused at exactly what they're doing.
Well, they're doing infrastructure upgrades, stormwater utility upgrades, to my understanding. Let's see. Provides more transparent and acceptable way for fund stormwater management. Oh, that's the. Wait a minute. Considering a stormwater utility. Wait, whoa. What am I talking about?
I don't know.
That's not what we're supposed to be talking about. The projects, East Main and State Street stormwater improvements. Very sorry, I made a mistake on that. The State and Main Street reconstruction project is also called East State Street Reconstruction Project. It's currently underway. Infrastructure upgrades scheduled for downtown Montpelier include new water, sewer, and storm infrastructure, new sidewalks, and necessary road reconstruction. Due to the large scope, the project has been constructed and bid in 2 contracts. First one is State and Main Street stormwater improvements, and the second one is East State Street Reconstruction Phase 2. Mm-hmm. So, and you can get that information, and I will drop the link right in the chat. But don't go to it yet, because you want to watch the show first, and then you can go to that.
Okay. Yeah.
That sound like a plan?
That sounds like a plan.
Where is everybody? Nobody's commenting or anything. Is everybody okay?
This person. Well, do we have are people tuned in with us?
Yeah, there's like 5 people.
Yeah. Well, tell people that they need to say hi.
Come on, say hello. I'm feeling like nobody's there.
Well, maybe they just don't want to talk to you tonight.
I guess that's possible. Mm-hmm. Want to talk about bulky waste drop-off?
Yeah, that's next weekend. But first, talk about Green Up Day, because that's
this weekend.
This weekend.
Good evening, Tina.
And if you can, if you need bags, you still haven't gotten bags, you can get them at any clerk's, city, town clerk's office.
Judy's watching.
You can pick those up. And I know that we already said that at 4, but it's important to keep reminding people that those are available and you should pick them up and everybody should be doing their part. Yeah.
Absolutely.
But now go ahead and talk about bulky waste because
That's next week, but
next
it's,
weekend.
it's close.
It's Mother's Day weekend.
Yes.
Get your yards all picked up and pretty before you have mom over for the barbecue on Sunday.
Or do what we used to do back in the 90s and the 80s. We would go to my grandmother's house and we would do cleanup for her. In case you want, that was,
Oh.
yeah. So you'd go do all the yard work at her house. That was a long time ago.
Interesting.
Yep. So that's how you should do that. Just saying.
Well,
But Berry City Bulky Waste Drop-Off, Saturday, May 10th, 2025, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the auditorium parking lot. Berry City residents only. Proof of residency is required. Tax bill or voting registration accepted. No
Nice.
tires, no yard waste, no hazardous materials.
and I know that some candidates have gotten together to do stuff that same very day. They've offered to pick up for people that can't make it to the auditorium. Either that they don't have a truck, maybe they're elderly. There's a reason why that they can't do it. Some of the candidates have offered some time to get that done for them at no charge, just to be out in the community helping get this stuff picked up. Just
Nice.
as a good deed. And following that will be a candidate meet and greet at
Nice.
the Dollar General on
Great.
the north end in the parking lot.
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
I think it's great.
Yeah. Then tomorrow, we do have the public notice that there's a tree removal along Prospect Street.
Yes.
So Prospect Street, May 1st, which was today and tomorrow, between 7 a.m. and 3:30 p.m. Work is necessary for yearly paving project during the time temporary lane closures and parking restrictions may be in effect. So make note, Prospect Street, that it's going to be a little sketchy because they're going to be redoing the entire street, which
Right.
is
They're
super
paving it
awesome.
and all that good stuff. I was just pulling up. They did a big tree in front of People's Health and Wellness this week. Too.
I
They
know,
took
I
down a
saw that. Did
huge
you see
tree.
the cute comment?
Yes, about the gnome or whatever
Yes.
you call them. What do you
Gnomes.
call them?
Yeah.
But what did she call it? A fairy garden.
Yep.
Yeah, to do a fairy garden on the stump.
That
I've
would
seen
be
those.
pretty
Those
awesome.
those are cute. Maybe somebody should do that. Maybe somebody will. But I know the Vicky Langevin, the one that commented that. I know who she is, and I think I should tell her that she should do it because that's kind of cool.
I think
It
it
would be
is.
kind of cool. But that tree was huge. That stump.
That was a big
and
stump.
I didn't. I can't say as I would have thought that tree was that big until there's no tree there and you see how big around that thing is. It's crazy. But it came down.
Yeah.
It's all done.
Yard waste disposal. Well, that's away in June. We don't need to talk about that, do we?
No, not yet.
No, we don't need to talk about
Not
that.
yet. We don't need to
That's
talk
a little
about that.
too soon.
Yeah.
Too soon.
But you said there's all kinds of stuff going on in Montpelier for Montpelier Alive.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah,
it's
yeah.
Montpelier Alive is 25 years old now, I think you said.
Correct.
So
25
they're
years
doing a
old.
big celebration.
Yep.
And they want people to know that even though all of this work is going on down there, that Montpelier is open. So if you are somebody that Montpelier frequents the stores, shops, they're all open and they really want to see you. And they're hoping that this construction doesn't disrupt that.
Yep. Montpelier Alive's 25th anniversary, Bridge to a Bright Future. And that's going to be Saturday, May 3rd, from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. at the Capitol Plaza Hotel. And you do have to get tickets for this. And let's see here. Tickets to purchase, and you have to RSVP. and let your friends know you're attending. There's going to be some Bent Nails House Band. The Bent Nails House Band. I'm not familiar with them, but you probably are. You probably know
I've
them.
heard of the Bent Nails before. I don't know if I've heard them yet or not, but
There's going to
I
be
don't go
hors
out that
d'oeuvres,
much.
a cash bar, dynamic dance performance.
oh gosh.
Wait a minute. Is it?
Is
Wait,
that, are you doing like walk like
is
an
it? No, no, no.
Egyptian?
No, that's this. That's walk like an Egyptian.
I have no
And
idea
I
what
was
you're
trying to
doing.
do the Vogue.
Oh.
Wait, no, isn't it like this?
I have no clue.
Somebody help me
I have
out.
no clue. How are they going to help you
Oh
out?
yeah, that's right. They're not going to be able to help me out.
They can't video call in.
You know what we could do?
Or they could take selfies,
Wait a
I
minute.
guess, and post them in the comments.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. I wonder if we could do a post, do your Vogue, and the best Vogue picture gets a free ice cream at the.
We have some contests coming up,
Oh,
actually.
you do? Oh, okay.
So, yes, so I'm going to announce them on Cinco de Mayo. So I'll announce them on Monday. But we do have some contests coming up where you can win ice cream at Legendary. You can win drink tickets at the Den or tickets at Summer Street Tavern as well.
Okay. And I
So-
dropped the link to Montpelier Live.
Nice.
Lives.
And there's all
Event.
kinds of events going on down there, different sales and all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
Doesn't say how much money it is. It looks like it's a donation. Oh. Yeah. It's not a donation. There's
It's
tickets.
not?
Not for that particular event. But I did drop the comments, or I dropped the link so folks can go and take a look. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Good.
And of course, we've already discussed that we rehired Joanne Canning, so we've already dealt with
Yes.
that. That was a long time ago. Let's see. Looks like, did we go over what the budget's going to be for Barre Town?
We did not. I'm trying to pull it up.
The budget?
No, the agenda for the school board thing, because I saw it posted.
Oh no, I'm talking about the Barre Town budget. So in 2 weeks you get to vote.
Okay.
Right? And, well, about a week and a half now, on Tuesday, May 13th, up in Barre Town, the budget for the municipality is $5,025,765 for the general fund. And then there's the highway fund,
Yeah.
which is $4,831,358. This comes to think about a 9-cent increase on taxes, I believe. Which what?
I said, oh.
Yeah.
Anytime you say the I word,
I know.
when you're talking about budgets and taxes and, you know.
Sorry. If it's any consolation, depending on the value of your house, it's about $90 per 100,000.
Right.
So if you own a house that's $200,000, it's
$180 a year, but that's a
180
lot of
bucks.
money
It
to a
is.
lot of
And-
people.
And for folks that can't afford $1 extra,
Yeah.
under 90 is even worse.
Yeah. When you say it's only, that's not.
If I said it's only, I apologize.
Yeah, no, but a lot of people do. Oh, it's only this, but you can't use that term because
Yeah.
no.
So I know that it does include a health insurance rate increase of 18 to 25%.
Which we know that that's what everybody is facing. Everybody is facing like huge increases in health insurance, no matter what business you are. And
Yep.
I believe that who was it? Oh, it was Don Ruthier who said when he did his candidate interview, he said you have to run the city like a business because it is a business. You need money coming in because there's money going out. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, I mean,
I know. Their equipment upgrades to the general fund include new fire truck, spare police cruiser, and a new DPW position is going to be there too.
But what I'm saying is, what I want to finish saying is that no matter what business you are, whether you're National Life, the city of Barre, or Walmart, your health insurance costs
Correct.
went through the roof this year.
Correct.
I know my monthly premium increased by $127, and I cringed at that thought. When I got the first initial bill, not gonna lie, I cried. It literally, I cried. I did not know what to do.
Do you have Blue Cross Blue Shield?
I pay for my own secondary, my own health insurance policy.
Is it through Blue?
And it is through Blue Cross and Blue Shield.
So I think the huge increases is Blue Cross Blue Shield because
Yep.
they're just, I mean, they nearly failed, and the government had to bail them out.
Yep.
Yeah.
But your choices when you're buying your own policy aren't
Very
huge.
slim.
I mean, they're not. Yeah, especially in Vermont.
Yeah.
There's just not a lot of choices. But I
think we can
cringe.
thank Howard Dean for that, by the way.
Yeah. Who can we thank for the hospital buying up every doctor's office in the state of Vermont so that now they have a monopoly on the doctors and you can't find one and the care you get is shit? That's what I want to know.
Not me.
Yeah.
Yeah, is right.
Yeah, that's what I always want to know.
Yeah. Sorry.
But when you talk about budgets, I mean, you get into that, and every town, every city that I have seen, I think Plainfield, everybody has mentioned the increase in health insurance has really made a huge hit to the budget.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just another
Very
day.
sad. Just another day?
Yep, it's just another day.
Just another day.
Another day, another dollar.
Well, on Wednesday next week, there's the 2025 Vermont Municipal Equipment Show and Field Day up at the Barre Auditorium. Did you know about that?
No, I didn't, but that makes me
Yes.
happy because I want more things like that to come back to. I don't know that they ever did. Well, no, this is the second year that they've done that though, isn't it? Didn't they do one of those last year?
I'm not sure, but it's from 7:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. Wednesday, the 7th. So I'm going to drop the link so that people can take a look and sign up for it because you totally should. And you know what you're not going to get?
What?
Want to guess? Because it looks like Touch a Truck. It kind of looks like Touch a Truck.
Okay.
But so you know what you're not going to get?
What are you not going to get?
The naked bike riders. Because they don't do that in Barre City. They do that in Montpelier.
Right. On that day? On that same day?
I think they did it one year when there was a Touch a Truck,
Oh.
which is, in my opinion, gross.
Oh, because all the kids are down there and around.
Yeah. All the
Yeah.
little kids, and all of a sudden people are.
Although
Yeah. No. I don't know
wouldn't doubt-
I don't know what you're gonna say. I don't know what you're
I
gonna say,
wouldn't-
but
no,
I'm
I'm
just
just
gonna
saying,
make the
I wouldn't
comment
doubt it for
that if you're
1
naked
second.
and you're on a bike, you shouldn't be riding by children, okay? And keep your personal sexual fetishes to yourself.
What I was going to say is that I wouldn't be surprised to see anything around any city or town anymore. I
Valid
just
point,
wouldn't.
valid.
If somebody went rolling down the street naked, I wouldn't be one bit surprised. I'd be like, I mean, I think there was last year, actually. I think the picture was in the Times Argus where they were going up Main Street and they got just the back of them. But I think there was a guy that rode through Main Street last year, just like on
Again.
a nice summer day. drove up
keep your
Main Street on
keep
his
your
bicycle.
sexual fetishes inside your own damn room. Okay, don't involve children, you piece of caca.
That's right.
Oh man, that makes me really angry.
Well, it makes me angry too. And obviously, there would be a lot of kids at a touch truck event.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Why would you? Okay, come on, folks. There's now 8 people on. Please drop in the comments. Do you think it's a great idea to have a naked adult individuals riding their bikes during the touch a truck event? It probably only happened 1 year, and it hasn't happened again because they probably got so much feedback on it.
oh, I'm
that
sure.
they didn't do
I'm
it
sure,
again.
I'm sure people were pissed off.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
You gotta love it, man. Mm-hmm. I should check to see when that's gonna happen, so I don't go through Montpelier at that time.
Oh, my. I have no idea I think it's later in the year when it's a little warmer, though.
Yeah, probably. Nope, never. Thank you, Judy. I appreciate it.
Yeah, exactly.
So you did mention that Mother's Day is coming up.
Yeah, next weekend, and there's
weekend.
some great things going on over
Well-
at the Elks. There is.
You know what you can do for Mother's Day?
Go to Emsley's. I already said
Oh
that.
my goodness, you did. You're so
At
good.
4. But you say it again, please. Read their little ad today.
I was just gonna say that you should go to Emsley's.
Yes.
At for Mother's Day,
Yeah.
especially when it gives us an excuse to say thanks a latte. They saying that she's collaborating with Espresso Bueno. To the real MVPs, moms, mother figures, and everyday nurturers who show up, sometimes caffeinated. We see your patience, your power, and your endless support. Gift cards, $5 to $15, floral arrangements, customizable, and add-ons are available. So
Yeah, and I mean, they
Go to
have
Emsley's.
everything in there, too. They have hanging baskets, house plants, arrangements. You can buy candles, essential oils. You can buy... it's such a nice store. It really is. It's a really, really nice store. And I love going in there because it really is. It's like taking a deep breath and going... It's just so nice in there and calm, and I love it in
So
there.
you know what
and
you
it
do.
smells good.
You know what you do. Okay, you ready for it? So you go to Emsley's, you get some flowers. Well, you got to go to Yipes first. So you go to Yipes, get yourself a cutting board with a beautiful, like, some sort of beautiful
Saying or something
saying
on it.
it.
Yep.
And because that'll take a little bit longer than putting the florals together.
Yep.
Get that,
start now.
Start now.
Yeah.
Do that. Then go to Emsley's, get the floral basket, right? And then head on over to the Meltdown, or after you get the flowers and you
Yeah.
give that for Mother's Day, and then
Yeah.
you go to the Meltdown for dinner,
Yeah.
and then you go to the Den for a party.
Yeah. Why not? Why not?
Sound like a
Absolutely,
plan?
you can do all of those things. When you do these cutting boards, what's super cool is, say you had a recipe card from your grandmother or your great grandmother, and you had it and you wanted to put that on top of the cutting board so that it was her handwriting. Yipes can do that for you.
See, there you go.
Yeah. Pretty cool, huh?
Say Happy Mother's Day that way.
Yeah.
And then after you do, right before you go to the Den,
Go to Legendary.
Go to Legendary.
Get an ice cream for dessert. Yeah. I've literally seen
Although-
people walk from the Den to Legendary, get ice cream, and then come back to the Den.
perfect. And and Sunday morning you can go to Tasty Bites to treat for breakfast.
Yes.
So then that's just perfect. You get the breakfast in the morning. You go to the Meltdown in the lunch afternoon, evening.
Yeah.
And then you go to Legendary to get the ice cream, and then
Yeah.
you go to the Den to party. Oh my goodness! I just set up your day for a wonderful Mother's
for
Day.
weather. Yeah. And are you going to clean the house too?
I'm not going to do that.
Well, shit.
Okay, so here's what I want to see. I want somebody
Close
to
to
do
perfection.
that. I want to see somebody do that.
You
So
want
if
somebody to do your itinerary?
Yeah.
Why don't you do it for your mother? What's wrong with
well, I
you,
could do
Michael?
that. I suppose I could do that. Could do that.
Your
Go in the
mother
morning.
loves to go to the den. Your mother loves to go to Tasty Bites and the Meltdown, and she loves flowers. So why don't you do all of those things, Michael? Hip hop. Get your board ordered at Yipes now, or get her a nice new hat, a pink one with 802 scoop.
That's a good idea. But
Your mom
but
loves hats.
Then she wouldn't be wearing my hat.
Well, kind of.
True, but it wouldn't have my name on it.
Oh, God, get over yourself. She can wear it when you bring her to the concert in the park.
I don't know why you're being
For-
touch-holish.
I'm not being a touch-holish, but she could wear her new pink hat, 802 Scoop hat, when you bring her to the concert in the park that 802 Scoop is sponsoring this summer.
And Tina Ruthier says stop at Summer Street Tavern for a game of pool. I'm not
Yes,
going to
you
lie
could
to
do
you.
that too. Your
I'm
mom
not
could kick
good
your ass
with
at
my
pool
mom.
too, couldn't she?
I got whooped at a pool game by a blind five-fingered
No, four.
four-fingered blind four-fingered woman.
Yep. Does anybody know who that is, Tina? She did whip
Judy
your ass.
said she'll deliver the flowers. I might do this. I
Yeah,
might do
you
this.
might try. Yeah, load your mom up in the car and say we're gonna have a day of fun,
Do
Mom.
that. Could do that.
Yep.
Although what should happen here is I should bring her to the den on the 9th, which is Barbie and Ken themed party.
Oh,
Do you
she
know
would
about
love
this?
that, huh?
She probably would.
Yep, she would love that.
Yeah.
She really would.
she
Donna
does have
Thunder's
pink
gonna be
clothing.
there soon too.
Oh, really?
She loves Donna Thunder.
She does.
Well,
She
because they
definitely
do
does.
Donna's husband Chris does open mic nights there, and Donna's usually there too, and they do some great things together. So yeah,
Barb Druge. Correct, Tina.
that's right. She whooped his ass.
She did. It was pretty bad. Did you hear about how Vermont's being sued?
I did not.
You did not hear that?
No.
Yeah, Vermont is being sued for, it's the Superfund. Oh man, I gotta find it now. I feel terrible. Well, while I'm looking for that, so the Barry Art Splash, that's coming up, isn't it? Aren't they going to be doing
Yeah.
that shortly?
Yeah.
You want to give some information on that while I look up the...
No, I tried to find the Barry Art Splash information earlier and I couldn't find it. I just know that Carl said it was coming up and he started getting volunteers together for the, because you have to clean them. You have to keep them clean. And, yeah.
It doesn't say... I'm looking on their website and, it says that it's not saying when that's coming out. You know what? We should probably get Mr. Carl on here to give us a little
Yeah,
chit-chat about it.
I'm looking at it now, and I tried to find it earlier too, and I couldn't find it. But I know it's coming because he was looking for the volunteers to clean them.
So Vermont faces another lawsuit over its climate superfund law. The U.S. Department of Justice on Thursday filed complaints against 4 states, including Vermont and New York. Vermont's law seeks to hold the oil industry accountable for its role in climate change. The suit, wait a minute, wasn't the D&E committee talking about how they wanted to sue the oil companies? I'm pretty sure that was the case a while back. The suit comes after President directed the Attorney General to take action against states with what they call unconstitutional laws that burden domestic energy. Ann Watson said, the fact that it has gotten the attention of the White House, in my mind, tells me we're doing something right now. Because just from what we're seeing from the Trump administration, it tells me this is an important law and other states should follow suit on. Early this year, U.S. Chamber of Commerce and the American Petroleum Institute also sued the state, arguing that the law is preempted by federal Clean Air Act. So my guess is that this is legislation that was passed, not caring about, getting sued, which seems to happen a lot in Vermont. I'm just saying. We've tried to get rid of the clean heat standard a couple times,
Yes, we have.
and that failed.
I just found something which is
What'd
really weird.
you find?
While I was looking for an art splash, and a video of my son came up. So I'm like going, what? I'm sending it over to you.
Okay.
I was like, okay, this is odd.
That's
But
odd.
yeah. I don't know what this is. It's a video about his farm. And I've never seen it before. So now I'm going to have to save
So
it.
do you want me
and-
to play it? Is that
yeah,
what
I
you're
mean,
saying?
you can. Yeah, sure.
Okay,
Why not?
so-
This is my kid that I love to death and am so proud of. And yeah.
Just off of Route 302, Kyle Leibold is running his own organic dairy farm.
I mean, it started a long time ago. Since the time I was a kid, I wanted to be a Vermont dairy farmer. I'm up at 3:30 every day, in the barn by 4, getting the cows in. Hope to be milking by 5 if I can. Milk and do chores. And then you never know what the day is going to bring around here. God only knows. I mean,
Oh,
somebody could be
whoops.
calving, something's
Oh,
broke.
I'm really sorry, folks. Let me start that all over again.
Oh, no. What are you
There
doing?
we go.
What were you doing?
Just off of Route 302, Kyle Leibold is running his own organic dairy farm.
I mean, it started a long time ago. Since the time I was a kid, I wanted to be a Vermont dairy farmer. I'm up at 3:30 every day, in the barn by 4, getting the cows in. Hope to be milking by 5 if I can. Milk and do chores. And then you never know what the day is going to bring around here. God only knows. I mean, somebody could be calving, something's broke, fencing needs to be done. And then, 4 in the afternoon, you're in here starting chores again. The biggest difference here being organic is, we use no form of antibiotics, no form of pesticides, herbicides, fertilizers, anything like that. We're farming the same way here now that they did in the 50s and 60s. There's cows in the pasture, and, we feed them hay and organic grain, and keep it simple. Those are the big differences, I'd say.
For Kyle, farming isn't just a job.
It's a never-ending thing. It's 7 days a week, 365 days a year. No matter if you're sick, cold, hot, it doesn't matter. To me, it's a beautiful way of life. I mean, I'm home with my dog every day. I'm home working on my land every day. I'm with the animals. I believe it's a beautiful way of life. I do.
This has been Jacob Emerson and Matt Webster, sitting pretty at Sitting Pretty Farm for BNN, the Bucks News Network.
The Bucks News Network. So they were a couple of kids from the high school. That was an assignment for them. I remember him talking about them doing that video now, but that's who that was. A couple of kids that went there and said, "Hey, we're doing this project for school, and can we do this interview with you?" And he said, "Yeah, sure, let's do it." So.
Nice.
Yeah, it is a really pretty farm. It is, I love being there. It's so peaceful and quiet, and I just love everything about being there. And I love the babies, and there's a bunch of them coming over the next couple of months, so I'm super excited about that. But it's just cool. I love being there. I don't mind putting my boots on and getting in the barn, and it's just Yeah, I love it. And you, I know, want to go because you want raw milk. And I forget every time I go to bring something to bring you back milk with.
Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed by that.
I know, I'm sorry.
Tammy Trepanier says, love that boy. And Tina wants to remind us about the berry walk
Yes, Monday night.
Monday night.
Yep.
And do you want to give
The
us
walk
some
with
information
me.
on that?
Yeah, well, we can go right to the Cornerstone page so that we can get that.
Okay. I can do that if you want.
Sure. Just so that you can pull that up. But that is, I think it starts at 5:30. And I'm going to go. I'll walk as far
You
as
get
I
a
can.
live stream?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
Let's see. I don't see when it is. Come walk with us. And that is at
you found it?
5
Okay.
p.m. sharp at the Cornerstone Meat Back parking lot. And walk, talk, and support local shops and fill the downtown with positivity. It reminds me of the Cash Mob. I mean, that's not what that is, but it reminds me of the Cash Mob, where we all went down to City Hall Park and then randomly stopped at a business and just bought stuff. A bunch of us. Good evening, Sam. Yeah. So that's Monday night, 5 p.m.
Yep.
Sharp. You said sharp.
Perfect.
So, and then Milton, because we do have watchers, people
In
that watch from
Milton, in
Milton.
St. Albans,
Yep.
and
All over the place.
all over the place in Rutland.
Yep.
Yeah, we have a pretty broad. Yeah.
Yep. Milton hired their new police chief, Frank Scalise. So congratulations to them.
And I told you that we have 9 watchers now in Sherbrooke,
Oh,
in Canada.
where's that?
And
in Canada?
so that's my dad's sisters,
Oh,
and they're a little posse. That's what they call it. They're posse.
nice.
Yeah. Yep, his sisters and their little posse. So,
Very nice.
yeah, it's fun. So you're reaching up into Canada just a tiny bit.
Just a tiny bit?
Yeah,
just a tiny
just a
bit.
little bit. We've got 9 watchers up there. So, yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's about it. Do you have anything else? Have I
I'm
forgotten
good.
something?
No, I don't think you are at all.
All right.
Except
so,
everybody just have a good night.
Yep.
Have a good weekend, a safe weekend. Stay dry. Try to get out there and get some green up done. It is supposed to be pretty blustery and crappy tomorrow, especially, and then on into Saturday. Saturday with breaks of sun, though. So, yeah. Let's have a good weekend.
All right.
And be careful what you're picking up.
Yes.
Wear rubber gloves, wear gloves over rubber gloves. Make sure you have a soda bottle to put needles in. If you find needles in, you plan to pick them up. Don't let your kids pick up those little rubber. They look like little trinket boxes. They're rubber. They look like super balls, some of them. And I know I got the shit kicked out of me about this by so many people. But most people were good. But a lot of people were really upset by the fact that these are used for cannabis or dabs, what they're called. Well, guess what, folks? It's not all they're used for anymore. And you can put anything in those little rubber boxes. But lately, crack cocaine and other very dangerous drugs have been being distributed in those plastic rubber containers. They look like toys. They shouldn't look like toys, but they, no matter what they hold, even if it's cannabis, the fact that they look like toys is not a good idea. And so just be careful what you're picking up. Don't open something like that up. Just throw it away.
Yeah. All right. One final note. Berry City charter changes did pass, just as a side note. And don't forget to vote on the 13th.
Right, not the new charter
Not the
changes.
new charter
not
changes.
the charter changes.
Vote
These
against
are the
the-
charter changes from before.
Yes, vote against the clerk.
Change the clerk
being-
to it and
yeah,
appointed.
that's
yeah,
terrible.
That's stupid.
But all right, well, everybody, thank you for watching the weekly wrap on the 802 Scoop, and we hope that you have a lovely weekend and a lovely evening. Good night, everyone.